We all know that our lives are filled with tension. It presses in from every side. The struggle for survival, challenges in the workplace, difficulties in relationships, and the constant tide of national and international crises. Life often feels like a relentless effort to secure possessions, safety, acceptance, and affection. In recent times, this struggle has only intensified. Technology, through the internet, social media, and countless devices, has reshaped our daily lives. The pandemic, for sure, has left a lasting marks on how we live our lives and how we connect with others. Each new development seems to stir up fresh sources of conflict, both around us and within us. In truth, inner conflict follows us everywhere. We become centers of contradiction, longing to be peaceful and loving, yet slipping into discord, hurting others and being hurt in the process. Tensions multiply and conflicts erupt at every level, within ourselves, between people, and among nations. But what lies at the root of this unrest and lack of peace? At the deepest level, it is egocentrism and separateness. The sense that we are cut off from one another, that we must protect ourselves, compete, and win at all cost. We place every person and situation under a microscope. Can I trust this one? Are they for me or against me? Must I defend myself or run away? This sense of separateness is the disease of the soul. Only when it is healed can real peace arise within us, among us, and with the cosmos itself. In the voice of the silence, H.P. Blavatsky speaks of this transformation in the poetic words of the Book of the Golden Precepts, an ancient Tibetan manuscript. If through the hall of wisdom you would reach the veil of bliss, disciple, close fast thy sense against the great dire heresy of separateness that weans thee from the rest. Let not your heaven-born, merged in the sea of Maya, break from the universal parent, but let the fiery power retire into the innermost chamber, the chamber of the heart and the abode of the world's mother. Before you set your foot upon the ladder's upper rung, the ladder of the mystic sounds, you have to hear the voice of your inner God in 7 manners. The work of transferring our consciousness from the personal and material to the spiritual and universal is a path of self-initiation. No master or guru can impose it upon us. It is the responsibility of each individual alone. It is an intense inner labor in which the operations of egoism are laid bare. Yet, through the divine within, we can become linked with the universal wisdom of love. Then we stand at the threshold of profound renewal, an inner revolution. Separation, fear, and the struggle for survival slowly lose their grip. This is the healing of the soul. As the walls of separation crumble, consciousness expands. We release what is insignificant and step into the path of love and universal awareness. Universal wisdom, echoed in many traditions, tells us that The human being is far more complex than we imagine. Each of us is a microcosm, a miniature universe mirroring the structure of the cosmos. This microcosm is dual in nature. One part is mortal, our personality, our body, and the system that sustain it. The other is immortal, a divine principle, dormant, yet waiting to be awakened. This inner essence has been called by many names: the lotus flower, the mustard seed, the spirit spark atom, the rose of the heart. It is the true human being, our divine potential. Between this divine principle and our personality lies the mediator, our soul, our consciousness. At present, this consciousness is dominated by the personality, and so it cannot easily receive the light of the divine principle. Instead, it is ruled by the ego. And the instability of this condition reflects and even reinforces the instability of the world around us. State of consciousness is state of life. As long as the ego rules, our lives remain entangled in struggle. Yet the liberating news is this: transformation is possible. When we begin to question the seeming absoluteness of this chaotic world, when we sense the inner potential within and consciously turn toward it, we begin to realign ourselves with the universal laws. For now, our fixation on survival and separation keeps us in conflict with them. But our true purpose is to awaken the divine principle within and follow its guidance. The first step towards this renewal is silence, not merely the absence of noise, but a deep inner stillness where thoughts subside and space opens for something higher to speak. And yet, the moment we seek silence, we discover how elusive it is. A flood of thoughts rushes in, but this too is part of the process. It reveals what we are truly up against: the relentless influences of the outer world, our habits, and even the inherited tendency carried in our very blood. Silence is the soil in which the new soul takes root. Only when we, the ego, is silent, can the voice of silence be heard. Only then can the original within manifest. This is why the mystery school have always urged their pupils to practice silence. As a prayer of the Golden Rosy Cross exhorts, "Enter into silence, O children of fire. Enter into peace here, now, in this very moment." Transformation begins with longing, with the heart's yearning for something greater. This longing awakens a new power that some calls the Kundalini of the heart, which reorients the whole of our being. The more the ego is dethroned, the more consciousness can be guided by this new soul. This path is sometimes called transfiguration. It is not about adopting moral rules or simply improving ourselves. It is the total recreation of the human being. The ancient symbol of the seven-branch candelabrum expresses this mystery. In the original human being, 7 lights shine within the brain. These are 7 etheric forces, 7 forms of divine energy that bestow life, insight, and peace. But like a flame flickering in the wind, They can be extinguished by inner agitation. Only in stillness do they burn steadily. When we enter the silence, when we release the pull of ego, these lights are kindled. They illuminate our being with a new awareness, a divine consciousness. We begin to see the world not through fear or rivalry, but through unity and love. The path is not easy, yet it is profoundly human. It requires no pretension, no forced effort, only the willingness to grow still, to let the other within us speak, and to follow its directive. As Rumi reminds us, your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. And so we practice silence, not as an escape from life, but as its true gateway. Step by step, the walls of separation fall. Consciousness expands. The sevenfold candelabrum burns brightly. The divine principle awakens, and the great conflict that once seemed fundamental becomes at last the dawn of peace.